Hello and thank you for joining me. This is Gregory. You're watching another session in the Kingdom of Agick. Welcome to 1 in 20 D&D, and I have 5 players with me tonight. One of our players is unfortunately out of commission, at least for the moment, because of power outages in his area. Bummer. Sorry, Tyler. We'll see you next time. In the meantime, we do have our regular cast. We have Reed playing Farron, Michelle as Kyra, Colin as Kaylin, Patrick as Matthias, and finally Matthew as Torm. Last time in our session, we had the group just recently completed a fantastical hunt of a manticore on the backs of hippogriffs. They had spent the night in the Feathergale Spire, where apparently the... Well, actually, you don't know the name of the cult, but you assume that there is some type of air elemental cult, as all of the signs have led you to believe this, that is inhabiting this spire. You went inside to do a little reconnaissance and perhaps clear out the tower, but everyone was treated with respect. You were greeted as guests, and you left as guests. So, the one thing that happened towards the end, after successfully defeating this manticore in this crazy hunt, that was a Torm, Kaylin, and Gitgrot who had done that. The others were kind of snooping around. Matthias was kind of keeping his eye on Thurl Moroska, the commander of this spire. You found essentially not a whole lot except for one note that Farron had found in the desk of Thurl Moroska, and it led you to believe that this group has an enemy, and their enemy are apparently the Black Earth cult, located, or at least headquartered, perhaps, in the Sacred Stone Monastery. He asked you to investigate and see what is going on, claiming that evil deeds or evil things were afoot, and perhaps these individuals were the root of it. You hesitantly agreed that if possible you would look into it, and you set out the following morning after spending an uneventful evening in the spire. You traveled about a day's travel sort of to the south and east on the way back towards Castle Agick, and found yourselves into a hidden vale. It is a valley that if you didn't know it was there and you weren't flying above it, you would probably never come across it. It's tucked away, as it were, in the Umber Hills, and thanks to the directions you got from Thurl, as well as Kyra and Matthias's kind of combined efforts to locate this monastery, you found it, and then decided that you would find a safe place to camp, as it was getting late into the evening, and you didn't want to approach before dusk, so you waited till just after dusk. Kyra, Farron, and Kaylin turned invisible and went back to kind of the mouth of this amphitheater, as it was described, and look into this temple. Now I'm going to kind of blow up this image for you guys to see essentially what the thing looks like on the outside, at least from the front of it. It's kind of raised up in this valley off the floor. There are these large steps leading up to a double door at the front. It's made almost entirely out of stone and tiles. The roof is tiled. And I'm going to go ahead, just for the sake of everyone's benefit who wasn't here last time, and just to recap, I'm going to go ahead and read the or go through the description as you approach the the entrance to this monastery. So a trail leads into an ever-narrowing defile between bluffs of wind-sculpted sandstone. Eventually, the walls draw in so closely that you can reach out and touch either side. But then the narrow space opens into a hidden canyon in the heart of the hills. A sprawling monastery with dark, narrow windows and red tile rooftops stands in the middle of this natural amphitheater, ringed by sandstone cliffs all around. Ahead, a weathered flight of stone steps leads up to the closed monastery doors. The plain doors are made of heavy timber with iron studs. A dusty footpath circles the building. The other members of the group are back at camp for the moment, and I am going to take us all over to a new map so that we can see. Oh,
Hey.
no, wait, no, that was terrible because I didn't hide stuff, and that's not okay. Let me make sure that I have the, what's it called? Fog of War enabled. Oops. Got ahead of myself there. Enable Fog of War. There we go. That's what we meant to do. Now we'll bring everyone over, and then I will open up. Essentially, you guys are back from the entrance here, but I'm going to open up the entrance for you all so that you can sort of see something at least. And let's do this. So we will reveal sort of the front entrance. Now, imagine that again, you're in this kind of open canyon, cavern, what have you. It is fairly wide. I'll give you a sense of how wide it is here by doing this. That's kind of the entrance you see. There is back the front of the temple sort of steps back a little bit on the east side, and it appears to possibly do the same on the west side. So first, I'm just going to double check. I'm assuming you all want to actually be invisible like where we left it last time. Is that correct? Like the three of you are kind of at the mouth of this cave or mouth of this canyon, looking at the monastery. Kyra's maybe getting ready to do her arcane eye.
I snuck off. I rolled a 27 stealth.
Jeez.
Yeah, and I already cast it, and I said I wanted to go in there.
Right.
And start
Okay.
looking
So just making sure we're still, in case anybody wanted to take a step back, a second or two. I'm gonna give you a little bit of some view here to the sides. Okay. Can everybody see the map, or at least the little bit of the map?
I see the very front of it, yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. That's all we
Do you
want
want
to see for
I
the
got
moment.
token?
Yeah. If you want, go ahead. I was actually gonna do that too, but please, by all means. Feel free to do so. So I need to do a couple things. We're gonna do.
How do I drag it again? I know I ask this every time.
No, it's fine.
Grab your name on the newspaper heading.
Uh-huh.
Just where it says Kaylin Volkars. Just grab your name and drag it onto the board.
Yeah, don't grab the icon, grab the name.
That's where I always fuck it up. Thanks, guys.
You bet.
You are invisible too, Caleb.
Yeah, so you're currently invisible. I'll let you decide if you use that from your instrument of the bard, or if you have that spell, if you want to just mark off the spell slot, whichever you prefer.
I will use my DOS loop to do it.
All right, perfect.
I think you should be fully healed as well. You look like you're a bit hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody should be up to full with all their abilities and everything back on.
I had to cast stealth invisible to sneak out of the tower.
Okay. So, All right, so how do you want to do this? You want Farron and Kyra to be essentially doing this at exactly the same time?
It's up to them.
So I mean, like, so Kyra sits down to use her trinket and bring out the arcane eye, and then you essentially, Farron, that's when you're gonna go ahead and sneak off.
Yeah, I just peeled off and went to scout around the place.
Okay, so I'm kind of gonna do it not quite round by round, but pretty darn close. For a couple reasons. One is because we got to make sure and sort of track how far the eye goes, and then another is to see where you get to and what, if anything, happens to you as well, Farron.
Yeah, that's cool.
Let me give Kyra a something token of some sort to use as the arcane eye, so that I don't have to ask you every second where you want it to go. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Alright, here we're going to use this if it'll pop up there. Perfect. Let me put that on layer, token layer, and then let me give Kyra permission. So even though this is just a little tiny, what's it, like a 1-inch or something?
permission.
Like a little 1-inch sphere or something like that, and it's invisible, that just kind of gives you a little bit of like, okay, this is kind of where I want to go next. So along the front of the building, you see, again, the double doors. Each of these smaller, I'll kind of try to ping, like, for instance, here's one, and then here's one. All these little other slight-looking dots, those are the windows into the interior. Now, obviously, this is going to be, I'm going to do some revealing, so it'll be player knowledge, of course, so kind of keep it to yourselves, and or just treat it as such when I reveal stuff for Kyra. It's just easier for everybody that way, I think.
And Greg, you said this place was in pretty bad disrepair, right?
Well, so actually it just looks old. It looks really old. It's not so much in disrepair, but it's definitely not brand new. Some of the masonry looks like there's some, patches and crumbling masonry. Some of it looks like it wasn't super well crafted. So it's hard to say.
And we can't see anybody. As far as we can tell, there's nobody around us.
At the moment, you do not see anyone. Now, it is currently pretty dark. So, Kaylin, you can't see anything because you do not have dark vision. You kind of had your arm on someone's shoulder or something like this. So we're gonna say that at the moment you have either your hand on Kyra's shoulder, or she had her.
I have my hand on Kyra's shoulder for sure.
Something like this. And
There's no dim light outside. Like there's no moon, no stars, no nothing.
Actually, it's only the day after the full moon, so it is dim light. The thing is that you're in this kind of cavern, so there's some, so good question. There is some visibility. It's we'll say it's about an hour after dusk, so the moon is like just kind of starting to rise. But there's lots of shadows and stuff, so it's
Kyra's smacking
it's not
Kaylin's
great.
hand.
You can see you can see fantastically. Well, you're both invisible too.
Let me see.
Yeah. I had
Kaylin's whispering in her, "Don't fight it! Don't fight it!"
I had forgotten that it was that it was at least dim light because of that.
Cool.
So,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I
Can't hear
must have hit the button by accident. There. I was
Yeah, you must have
drinking. I did. I was taking a drink and I didn't want to make a noise through the mic. I was gonna say you cast your spell about 30 feet out in front of you. and we'll say that essentially that where it is at this moment right now, the little token is functionally where it either it is, or that same round that you cast it, you can easily get it there. Farron, I'm gonna let you move 30 feet to whichever direction you would like to go.
I was gonna move quick. I was gonna be dashing.
All right, that's fine. But again, this is a little deceptive.
Yeah,
I didn't
okay.
set the whole map up, so it's like the mouth of the canyon kind of is like about 60 feet-ish or so. I'm saying from the doors. So
Did we come this direction?
Yeah, exactly.
Did we come
Yeah.
straight up? Okay, cool.
as soon as you enter, it's just right in front of you.
All right, well, I'm gonna sneak off this way.
Okay, super. So we'll say you dash and you make it to there. Again, now, so Kyra, please do tell me which direction you would like to move your.
Well, if I remember correctly, you said that there was like a little opening because of the slits were like
Yeah,
there
they're
wasn't
windows.
like a full window. So
They're about
I'm
10
gonna
feet
drag
off the
Caitlin.
ground.
I'm gonna be walking, apparently dragging Caitlin with me to get to like where our backs are like against the wall here. I mean, I know we are invisible, but just so that people don't walk out and walk into us or something like that.
Sure.
And then send the eye through one of these little windows here.
Okay. All right. So you send it through the window right next to the double doors. You see into a room that is. I just realized I didn't put people where they're supposed to be. No, I
I
did.
can send it 30 feet, so is this like 5 feet situation, or is this? I know you said you didn't completely do all the map.
No, it's the bigger square, the kind of the darker squares are 10 foot by 10 foot.
Okay.
And the
All
squares you guys are in obviously were 5 by 5. So,
I wouldn't.
so that room is like 30 by 40. To give you an idea.
Okay, so I'll just.
So you could get it inside and across the room in basically in one turn. That's pretty reasonable. So let me tell you what you see when you get in there. So the first thing you see when you pass your eye into the room is there are two figures standing pretty stiffly, but at the same time they're at ease. Like they're not like attention. They're not like, we're not talking one of those the British soldiers. They're not
the Royal Guards.
The Royal Guard, but they're definitely on guard. You can tell they're kind of like more at ease, like almost like they're in a pseudo trance meditation kind of pose of just like they're gonna be here for probably a long damn time.
Do they have that monk type of look to them?
Oh no, I apologize. I just made a fucking huge mistake. See, there's night and day. Nobody's in the room. Forget I said that. Damn it.
Okay.
You don't see anything.
Restroom is empty.
You know that there are monks here, but you don't see them.
Okay, no problem.
So you enter a room. There are.
Quick question about invisibility,
Yes.
Greg.
Yes,
If I touch or do anything, I become visible, right? That's the whole. That's the deal.
With standard invisibility, it drops after the amount of time, or if you, which it should be an hour for all of you, even though you did it through the mandolin.
Yeah.
I think it's still an hour. So
it's an hour.
or not the mandolin. Which you have the DOS loot, the loot, yeah, street loot. So it lasts for an hour. Let's say it's been, I don't know, you were a little ways from there. Let's say it's been 10 minutes, okay, since you guys all cast invisibility. If you attack or cast a spell that is like an offensive spell, I believe it will
Yeah,
drop.
if you attack or cast a spell
Attack or cast a spell. It will drop.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Kyra did
Yeah.
not
It's also
cast a spell.
concentration.
She used an ability from an item. It's not the same. So
yeah,
she
the
is
arcane
still,
eye, but
right.
Farron is the one that cast the invisibility on me.
Oh, that's true. Well, yeah, but still, it's doesn't matter. He has to keep concentration on it. But if you do something, you will lose the invisibility. So if you
Sure,
attack,
I was just telling you know that he's the one who cast
right,
it on
perfect.
me.
Yes,
Cool.
Thank you. So you have
So-
It's also
50
concentration,
minutes.
So if you
Oh,
cast something, or you do something that takes up your concentration.
correct. Or if you take damage, etc. So
Got it. So
So
Cameron
you-
would like to
so-
try and open these doors.
okay, so let me see. So this
I slapped the wind, thinking he's right there. Stay still.
Let me double check something. I'll make sure I'm reading the right thing. Okay, yes. So this austere hall is finished in irregular blocks of dark basalt that form natural columns along the walls. The doors of the monastery's front entrance face south, while interior doors lead east and west. The interior courtyard lies just to the north of this room, and it is visible through a pair of narrow windows. So these two little dots here and here are windows, and you can kind of see that there is something beyond.
I'm gonna. Well, I guess it would be on
So
my next round.
now in this room there do not appear to be any lights anywhere inside the building. So it's only through the ability of the arcane eye that you can see.
I just want to test the door, Greg, and see if it's locked. Can I do that?
It is locked.
Okay.
Well, we know that now.
All right, so Kyra move there, you move there. Farron, you're gonna dash.
Yep.
Double dash. Like
I cannot double dash. I just
wait. Oh, you don't have cunning action, huh?
no. That's level 2.
That's level 2, right? Okay, sorry. So you're gonna go
I can
60
move
feet.
30, then I can move 30 again, right?
Yeah, you can up to
Or is it
60
just
feet.
30?
Right. Correct.
Okay.
And feel free to just measure and move if it's easier. Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
Even better.
clicked a little.
All right.
Should be
Super. I'm gonna say you have 60 feet into vision. I apologize for not setting up the dynamic lighting. It takes a long time, and I just did not have it, guys. This
No worries.
is a little
Is it
faster.
like that?
So imagine you're seeing.
No,
60
how
feet.
dare you?
In fact, if you I think I can probably do this just to give you a sense of makes it easier. We're gonna do this. See if that works. There you go. So there's your dark vision. Kyra's is
Yep.
substantially more than that.
Mm.
20. There you go. Boom. Okay, so that's what you
Oh,
guys.
hey.
That is the limit of your vision. You can see barely anything beyond that, or just it's only little bits of information beyond that. But anyway, so you turn the corner, you can see that it's just following around this. Apparently, keeps going around the side. There is. You haven't seen any doors or anything else. Kyra, what would you like to do for the eye now?
Go through a window.
So you're going to go through those windows and into the corridor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Go ahead. Go. Oh wait, yeah, you need to open this up so you can see it. All right. This is the beauty of having. So, this room is. This long, narrow court is paved in. Well, you can't really see the color of it, but if you could, it would be red sandstones. To the north stands the main temple or shrine of the monastery. Its copper-sheathed doors emblazoned with a triangular symbol. Doors also exit the court at its east and west ends, and several narrow windows pierce the south wall. There are statues of gargoyles guarding the door, each facing the court with a ferocious leer. There are 4 of them. And they're kind of against the wall facing south. So was Kaylin doing anything besides just checking the door? Like you're still just standing there?
Kalen. No, Kalen's gonna try and if the door's locked, he wants to. And as he says this, he looks over in the direction of Kyra and says, "I'm gonna go knock on the back door," and starts to
Kyra rolls
slide
her
over.
eyes. If you can't see her roll her eyes, going, "Oh
And-
my gosh, this is gonna go bad." And I say whisper, "This is gonna be bad."
What do you think about that, Farron?
You're going to try to open this door? Is that what you're saying? Or you're going to try to find a back
I'm
door?
gonna go around the back. I'm basically heading towards Farron,
Okay.
and I'm dashing over there. So.
Okay, so go ahead and make your movement. Farron, you go ahead and do the same. And
I don't know how
Basically,
dashy.
Kalen's trying to look for like a back entrance or like a side entrance or
Yep.
something.
you just happen to guess that Farron went that way, and you happen to guess right.
Exactly right.
It's all good.
Well, I imagine that he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go off that way," before he like would have.
No,
Oh, yeah.
he didn't.
Away.
He snuck away.
I peeled away.
You have no
Oh,
idea.
you
Stealth
snuck
just
away?
went-
Okay, well, never mind then. We don't know where he went.
That's right.
Oh well, I
Yeah,
told
that's what I
Kyra
said.
with a wink and a smile where I was going in case you want to follow after.
Well, you're
Yeah,
invisible, so she didn't see either of those.
Yeah, no.
But she,
I know, but that's
she
what makes
knows.
it so great.
She probably, yeah, no doubt. She's probably come to expect it at this point. So there is a double door to facing you. It's copper. It's like they're copper sheathed, so that means like it's kind of got like a skin of copper on it. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And
We're not sticking to the plan.
let me see if I can find something for you.
Was that about me?
Yeah, and so Kaylin, it was discussed that they just wanted to scout around. They don't want to try to engage.
Right,
Especially Matthias
what I'm
was
doing.
mostly opposed. Like, hey, dude, we're not, I don't want to waste time here, but we can definitely check it out.
I love
and
how
that way
people
we
at
have.
the barbarian want to oppose to violence right now. The big angry man's like, no, we're not gonna fight. Who are you?
Something like that. Let me see if I can find the symbol. I meant to get it and I totally forgot. Give me a moment. Yes. Okay. So, and let's see if this works the way I want it to. It's not working. Okay, so I'm going to hold that. It's a triangle symbol. I will get it for you guys momentarily. In the meantime, Kyra, did we say that it could get through a 1-inch gap?
Yeah, I think it says little as a 1-inch.
So
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
I was gonna try to get under the door.
Yeah, I'm thinking this door is pretty well constructed and doesn't really have the space to get under it.
Okay, so it's not a normal door.
Yeah, well, it is a normal door, but it's also like the most important door in the monastery. So it's like there's been more attention taken, given to it rather.
All right, then I'll just go this way.
Break the door down with your eye.
Yes, have it smash through. Okay, you move that direction. Go ahead. Let's see where Kaylin and Farron, where do you guys want to go to? Again, 60 feet. Farron, I should have revealed a little more there for you to see. So let's just do like this so you can kind of see it. Essentially, you see there's a corner of building. Again, you've noticed there are just all these, window slits periodically through. And again, the windows are like 10 feet off the ground. And it's a little hard to tell, but like standing where Farron is, there's like a bit of a slope up, quite a bit of a slope up to this monastery. It's actually raised up off the floor. Oh, can't hear me? Oh. Shucks. Okay. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
That was lame.
That was weird.
Don't know what happened. Something
Can
with
you hear
Hangout.
us?
That was weird. Yeah, I can hear you guys nicely.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
I was hanging out.
So what I was trying to say was, as you move around, Farron, you're noticing that, like, from where you're standing right now, there's pretty steep slope up to the temple. It's actually, like, again, it's raised off of the bottom of the canyon, and or valley, or whatever you want to call this. And then the windows are like 10 feet up from what would be the foundation of the temple. So they're pretty high up, the windows. You can see them periodically, but they're a good distance off the floor. So Kaylin and Farron, you can go ahead and move your distance this time again. All right. What was Kaylin's stealth again?
Really high.
I'm sorry, not Kaylin's. Farron's.
7.
Kaylin, I need you to roll a stealth. Farron already did it.
27.
27. Okay, just making sure I had it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you rolled a 17 because I think
Oh,
you
for
rolled
Kaylin,
4
that's true. I did, but he wasn't here. Hey, it's close enough. Perfect. That's still real good. Okay. So
20.
yours was 20.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So, Farron, you, give me a moment here. As you turn the corner, at the edge of your vision.
Some steals.
Wow. You see something. You see actually 4 individuals.
Ooh.
They're kind of walking away from you. Your first kind of gut instinct is that they are functionally patrolling.
Patrol?
Yeah. Let me just double check something. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So I would like you to go ahead and give me a perception check to see what kind of details you can glean from these cats.
15.
They're actually cats.
Meow.
They're cat people, like the
God, cat.
the David Bowie song.
How did that happen?
Bunch of tapaxies. Yeah,
They're cats rehearsing the musical cat.
that's just so much irony.
Is one of them wearing a hat?
Oh
And
no.
boots, and he's a cat in the hat.
Oh,
Cat in the hat and cat in Puss in Boots.
Next to Puss in Boots. Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, gosh. gosh, I hate when I do that.
I'll die.
Okay. So there's one
They're all
guy.
to backs.
There's the other guys. Okay, so there's 4 of them. Their backs are to you, and they seem to be walking array. They're kind of like quietly talking to each other with the 15. Okay. You can you also give me in conjunction with that a history check, please?
Mm-hmm.
I want to.
21.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. You have not encountered these creatures before, but you, being the extensively read individual that you are, you again, it's almost an instinctual knowledge of like, you're like, oh, I think those are Durgar. You can kind of tell they're squat,
Oh, great.
the skin, the hair, the way they're talking. You can't understand what you don't speak Undercommon, right? I have that somewhere.
Yes, he does.
Do you?
I do speak Undercommon.
You do.
Yes.
Oh, so you might understand what they're saying.
You son of a gun.
Yeah, I have that list. I
Aaron
just didn't
is
have it
well
handy.
read.
Yes.
Aaron knows like a million languages.
Um.
Baron is quite the linguist.
Yes, he is. Kalen and Torm are a close second. Tied for second there. Oh, so you do speak Undercommon. So,
Kalen's kind of linguist.
you hear them. They're not speaking loudly.
Low hanging fruit, dude.
What did Kalen say?
I knew it was going there.
Oh my
I was so tempted to say,
Yes, I
I
saw it
Aaron
coming
would
a million
use
miles
this
away.
tongue.
I totally
But I
missed it.
resisted.
I couldn't resist.
Okay.
Anywho, sorry I missed that one. I'll have to wait for the recording. So you hear them talking in sort of a low voice. They're just kind of like whispering, joking to each other. They're talking about nothing consequential. It's nothing of any consequence at the moment.
It was a full moon yesterday. Cool.
Yeah, exactly. That sort of things like yeah. Yeah, so what do you want to do?
I believe I moved, so I think it.
Actually, here's what happens. I gotta make this clear because it was sort of a we're doing kind of moment by moment. Like just as you round the corner, they sort of they actually sort of move like right out of your just out of your
okay.
division. You can still sort of hear them because they're sort, you can see they're sort of patrolling or something like that. But they just move beyond what you can sort of see easily. All right, so what would you like to do? We're not really in initiative, so I'm still doing a little kind of fast and loose here, but
Well, I'm gonna sneak up to this door.
you see, yeah, so you can see there's, well, wait, so it's not the next round of movement yet because I was doing Kyra's first and then you and Kaylin. So I'm just like, in the moment that you see them, are you gonna do anything?
Oh no, I wasn't gonna do anything.
Okay, all right. So so Kyra, you go ahead. You don't know where. You sort of know where Kaylin went. You think you know Farron's off scouting. All right.
I'm gonna slip under this.
Let me double check something real quick. I think that will be fine.
I have another 5 feet, if I can get under there.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna say the other doors are probably not gonna have an issue. There may be, but for the moment, that door you could go under if you want. So give me, how far have you moved already?
That would be 30, right when I get in.
Right when you get in. Okay, so you see a corridor like this. That's probably about what you can see. Okay, this is just so everyone knows, this is round 5. So you guys are about 30 seconds into Kyra's scrying, or arcane eye, whatever. So Kalen and Farron, you guys can go ahead and move. Again, this patrol, they haven't noticed you. They're strolling. They're not even moving all that fast. It's like
Well, I was gonna scoot up to this door and just check to see if it was locked.
I believe.
And just because I missed last time, for clarity, we are not going into this building. We are just scouting around it.
You can do whatever you want, but their intention was to not do that. Matthias was pretty adamant about not wasting time.
Yeah, but you don't really have to listen to him. I mean, it's up to you.
My intention was to
And he's not here.
do some recon here.
Yeah, he's not here. You know?
Yeah.
My intention was to do some recon here, since we were advised about this place by the air cult guys, and go back to Agick and tell the authorities there about both of these groups. Rather than try to pick the fight. That's what I had figured we'd do.
But picking fights is like picking locks. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah. We're gonna let the Agick authorities
Pick a fight. Hey. Sounds good.
So yeah, I was just checking to see if it was locked. If we need to go in, we know where there's a back door.
It is locked. So you sneak up the up the stairs. The door is definitely appears to be locked. This is just for you guys for reference. I'm going to stick this down in the corner here. That is the symbol that Kyra saw on the door, and she can draw it or describe it to y'all later, okay?
On this door.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Everybody's a cultist.
Okay. So they went to there. You went up to there. Kaylin, you're there. Okay.
That's the symbol. That's the symbol for the restroom for orcs.
Perfect. How did you know?
Oh yeah, triangle restrooms.
That's hysterical. All right, so that's okay. Kyra, go ahead and move your eye again if you would like. You can see from where your vantage point, one door to the south, along the same kind of double door you just came through. There's a door to the west, and across the way you can also see a door over here to the east.
It would be 30 if I can get into that room. If I cannot, then that's just 20.
Yeah, let me just double check. I don't want to be skipping anything that I'm supposed to be. That's there. Okay. Yeah. So you move it over there. So stone stairs descend. Nope, that's there. You didn't go through that room. There are stone stairs appear to descend to a door up here to the north. This corridor you see goes here and appears to turn to the south.
Did you say ascend or descend?
Descend. I'm sorry. I probably did say ascend, but I meant to say descend.
Probably
so you're in
didn't.
there, and you're going to go into there. Okay, so yes, you are able to pass under that door again. You get to see this. You would describe this room sort of as, it appears to be some kind of a training room. Straw mats cover the floor of this large exercise room, and wooden racks along the walls holds quarterstaffs, polearms, and various weapons commonly associated with martial arts. Doors exit to the north and the east. A triangular symbol is carved into the center of the room's western wall. It is the same symbol you saw on the door.
So just just weapon racks and stuff like that. Nothing, no storage containers or anything like that in here.
No, and it's really obvious that this is a training room. So no, there's no storage aside from the weapon racks, and the weapon racks are again monks' weapons, what you would classify as monks' weapons.
Okay.
Quarterstaffs, clubs, spears, things like that. Okay, Kaylin and Farron, what are you guys gonna do?
I'll just keep moving.
I'll try and open the lock, just for funsies.
Yes.
Okay, sounds good.
So screwed.
I see Patrick over there like, I'm praying for you all.
I need you to
He has a
roll.
feeling while he's sitting next to the campfire
So
that
go ahead,
something's not going as he thought it would.
make your thieves' tool check.
Barbarian senses are tingling.
23.
I like this version of scouting.
You're not actually a scout, like a Boy Scout, so don't try and sell them popcorn or anything.
Just doing knots as you walk around.
Oh yeah. I mean, it doesn't take you more than a minute. You know, probably. Well, no, you don't. You haven't taken more than a few seconds because it's just one round. Yeah, you fiddle with it, and it's a, you know, it's a pretty decent lock. But you know, with your skill and practice, it's a piece of cake for you. Kaylin rounds the corner again, just barely with the dim light. You're having trouble seeing, but you're kind of you can just barely, you think, make out Farron's image up against the wall at the top of the stairs.
I'm invisible.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. I forgot. Yes. So never mind. You just see
But could I
stairs.
could
leading up.
I hear what he's doing? Or?
Make a perception check.
Sniffing the air,
Probably
you
not.
can
He's
smell
pretty damn sneaky and quiet.
Yeah.
Okay.
It will be
27.
very difficult, but go for it.
What do I have to do? What check insight?
No, perception.
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 You can do it.
Wow.
Sorry, still not good enough though, even though it's awesome.
Well, no, I'm gonna say that you probably did hear that very slightest click. It is super quiet. Super quiet.
So I kind of have an idea of where he is.
You either someone unlocked it
heard
from the
a
inside, or you could make
Got
the
it.
educated guess that he's probably up at that.
Roger that.
It's like it's the slightest little tick, you know, and just it bare, like anyone that was asleep probably would never hear it. The average person would probably never hear it, but since you were like you're like on high alert at the moment, so you definitely caught just the slightest pinprick of the
Click.
sound. Yep. You kind of both hear the guys walking off farther to the east. Actually, you can probably reveal a little more because your vision would have showed you that as well. So you can kind of guess that they're about there. Kaylin, you can't really see them. They're pretty much, they're kind of outside of your vision. But you could probably hear them because you're being super quiet and they're not. They're being quiet, but they're still talking, you know. All right, so back at the camp, Torm and Matthias and Roxy, are you guys sleeping? Are you going to stay up until they get back? Are you what's your intention?
How it's like the middle of the night, essentially.
No, it's a little more than an hour after dusk.
Okay, then I'd still be awake at this point.
Okay. All right.
We saw them go invisible, right?
If you didn't see it, you kind of they had discussed it. I imagine that
Okay.
they probably wouldn't have done it immediately, but
No, I think,
No.
yeah.
You wanted
Because
to do it
you said
immediately or
that
no?
we had to. No, you said that we had to walk far.
Yeah,
just
I
to
mean, I'm
get
assuming
there.
you're like 3-4
So-
miles from this like cave. Let's call it the cave entrance or the cavern entrance or
Oh,
whatever.
okay.
So I mean,
Okay.
you know it's going to take
And
you a good bit to get there.
We have a pretty decent idea of how long an invisibility spell lasts,
Right.
right?
Right. So
we-
I'm going to say
we
you
have
guys. I'm sorry.
So we'd have a decent idea of how long they'd be able to be out there and remain unseen and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Figuring they probably wouldn't burn a second casting.
Mm-hmm. It probably took them the better part of an hour to get there. So an hour there, hour back is 2 hours plus an hour for the invisibility spell. So you're guessing that somewhere in the range of 2 to 3 hours they should be back.
Matthias doesn't want to stay off that long.
Okay. Setting Roxy on guard, alternating guards, just going to sleep. What's your?
I'm just gonna sit her on watch, and then I'm gonna sleep.
Sure. All right. So give me one
myself.
perception check for Roxy then.
All right. Okay, did it give me advantage if I recall, was it? I can't remember what it was it did.
What's that?
The
She
thing with the
In the dark.
or they haven't been have the goggles been done?
You haven't gotten them yet.
That's right.
You when you guys left Agick, you kind of commissioned him to make it. You left him with the rubies to do the work, and I feel like you gave him a little bit of a deposit or something.
I think so, and I believe I already took it out.
Yeah.
Like we did it then. There we go. 16. That was actually I rolled it on hers.
Okay. So
That's his name.
yeah, so it's everything seems to be quiet. That she just kind of, I figure she kind of like stands in one position for maybe 5 minutes and then moves, 10, 20 feet from there, checks a little, looks around, stands there for a bit, just kind of does a little bit of a sentry robot kind of thing, without making too much noise. Not too many clinks and clanks. All right, super. All right, so this is going to be round 7 here from when we cast the Arcane Eye. Go ahead, Kyra, and tell me what you want the eye to do next.
7? I thought it was 6.
The last one was
1,
6.
2, 3,
1, 2,
4,
3,
5.
5.
Yeah, it's
6.
5. So now this should be round 6.
This is round 7. So it was like
You
1
said
to get up
round
to the
7.
doors, 1 to get up to the doors, 2 to get in the doors, 3 to get into the hallway, 4 to get to the end of the hallway,
Okay, so you're counting when
5
we. Okay,
to get
all right.
around to here.
I guess I wasn't counting.
6. Oh, I
um,
guess
when I walked up to those doors.
Yeah, I
in the
guess this
beginning.
is going to be 6. Okay, I'm miscounting here. So where would you like it to go?
This door. Can I make it under?
Was 5, 10. Yeah, sure. Why not? So you
25.
see the other end of, and you can see. You probably didn't notice those stairs from the outside. So
Nope, I didn't.
yeah, there's a door
But
to the
I
south and a door
going
to the north.
That anyways.
Mhm.
That would be 25, 30.
Okay, sure, perfect. All right, Kaylin and Farron, and these guys are basically going to move at the same time.
Go ahead, Farron, because I'm kind of waiting to see. I'm looking over by that door because I don't know if there's someone coming out or if that's you. So I'm kind of just chilling for a second to see what's going to happen.
I think I would just open it really quietly and just peek in and see what I see.
Um. Okay. So give me a stealth check, please.
Should we both do it?
No, yours is still good, but he's actually taking an action, so I want him,
Got it.
see what he. I'm sure it'll be like 50 or something ridiculous. But 26, yeah. So you crack open the door. Let's see, what do you guys?
Do I hear him? Do I hear Kenlin coming up behind me?
I'm gonna whisper very quietly. Baron, is that you? Baron, is that you?
Hey.
Did you just
What do you-
unlock the door?
Yeah.
Let's go check it out.
Well, I was just looking to see what was in there, and then, did you see the guards? There was some Duragar.
I
Patrol.
didn't. I heard something, but I didn't know if that was you or if that was somebody else. But I
No,
don't know. I
there's-
kind of want. I know Matthias wanted to scout about, but why don't we scout a little bit further inside?
Well, that was the whole point of the Arcane Eye. We just
Yeah.
gonna. Okay. I wouldn't
Um.
mind knowing where these guards went, or however.
So
I'm following your lead.
you crack the door open, and I'm gonna say, luckily that happened right before you opened the door. You hear some movement inside, and you also hear the occasional words being exchanged. It would be like put it over here. Oh, here, I'll get that. You smell.
In Undercommon again?
No, this is actually in common.
Okay.
You smell like baking bread or something like that.
Yummy.
And
Don't do it.
Kaylin likes bread.
I love the smell of fresh bread. It's nice.
Hi.
Pie.
I wonder if we could steal some of their bread.
Bread thief, kill them.
That's what gets you caught.
That's what gets you caught by a drow. Stealing bread.
Had to go for the bread.
And the
Did
onions.
you cracked the door.
Yeah.
You just cracked
Yeah.
it open?
Like, opened it and then kind of like poked my head in to have a look.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you a little more of the room then. Luckily, you do not seem to get noticed. Say you poke your head into there. And okay. So this is, you're pretty sure this is a kitchen. Hot coals smolder in two big brick hearths in the middle of this room, and the smell of baking bread fills the air. There's sacks of flour, casks of salted fish, crates of dried vegetables, and wheels of cheese clutter the walls, along with well-worn work tables and a collection of mismatched cutlery. A doorway to the... Well, you can't see that doorway. And the door to the north leads to the exterior. That's the one you're in, and you can't see any other. From the quick glance you took, you don't know. You assume there's another door to get into here, but you can't see it. You do see a couple guys moving in and out and about. Miraculously, they have not noticed you when you poke your head in. Are you going to take your head back out, or
Yeah,
Are
I'll
you
pull it back
okay.
out and just pull the door closed a little bit and just be
Okay.
like, 2 guys in there.
all right? Perfect. All right. Now it is around 7. So go ahead, Kyra. Let's see where you're gonna go with this eye.
One of them had a blue circle that said 4, so we can assume there's 4 people masking.
Give me a perception check with
It's
disadvantage.
hilarious.
With disadvantage. Farron.
Who's giving you?
Farron,
Okay.
give me with disadvantage.
Um, 17.
Oh,
Pretty good.
yeah, that's real good.
That's
So
17.
you. Let me see. How do we say this? Where is it described? You see, the apparent monks that were told to you. You know, you're guessing that these are monks. They are in robes that would give you the, indication that there are monks. The one thing that strikes you as odd is they're wearing masks that, it's hard to be sure. You kind of like your eyes adjusted and you kind of had that weird hazy moment, but you think they look like gargoyles.
Oh, great.
Gargoyle masks.
They had this, yeah. So they were definitely wearing masks, while they work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wearing.
So
I'll
it's
tell.
sorry,
wearing-
Kyra. I thought you were already moved the eye. So go
They're
ahead.
wearing
No, I haven't.
Yeah, go for it.
gargoyle masks, so
Go to me, so I didn't.
possibly a chance that there are
Move.
gargoyles here. They do.
Well, I would try to get into this door right here.
Okay. The eye cannot get through that door.
All right, so that would be 15. This would be 30.
Okay.
Well, since I'm over here, was there anything over here, by the way? Because it looked...
Corridors, doors. It seems pretty nondescript in this section.
Okay, so it's... Okay. I couldn't tell if that was like an opening or not. Okay, so...
No, that is not an opening. It's just, yeah. There's a door to the north and a wall along this along the east side of the corridor. This is a solid wall all the way from, top to bottom. Let's call it.
Okay,
From north
yeah,
to
then I
south.
just would have moved there.
Okay. I think. Oh, you know what I think it is? Is there's like just a little remnant of, maybe like. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. But you can't really see anything anyway. So yeah, there's. Is that better? I don't know.
Yeah. I just thought it was like maybe something I just wasn't.
Yeah,
seeing
it's
that
just
was
part
missing
of the
or
wall.
something.
All right, so Farron, I'm gonna say that you and Kaylin maybe take this one round to just kind of like tell him what you just saw, or what? Are you gonna stay there? I'm not saying that. I'm asking you. I'm assuming that's what you're gonna do. Take a moment to tell him what you saw.
Yeah, I told them they
Right.
Perfect. People in there wearing gargoyle masks, so probably assume that there are gargoyles around. Usually masks are some sort of reverence to something, so what do you want to do? You want to go in or keep scouting around?
Well, I mean, you know me. Anything for the kids, but I will. That was a little quote from. Sorry, I'm totally off on a tangent. It's from Coming to America. Little Eric LaSalle. You know me. Anything for the kids. Sorry, had to throw that out there. I'm following you, Farron. So whatever you want to do, my man. So if you want to go in, Kalen's always up for some mischief. Otherwise, we can back off and regroup with the party.
Yeah, I think that'd probably be best.
Then that's what we'll do.
Going around. We do anything.
Matthias hates me enough. I want him to want to be friends with this aloof barbarian.
Okay.
Nightmares.
All right, so that was round 7. Let's go to round 8.
Okay, so can I get in here? That would be 25. What's in here?
I said
Storage.
yes, you can. I apologize. I didn't realize I was muted. So piles of firewood are stacked neatly against one wall of this room, and 4 large copper kettles stand in iron frames above iron fireboxes. Copper tubing in long coils leads from one kettle to the next. Several large wooden casks stand at the south end of the room, and shelves on the eastern wall hold scores of brown bottles sealed with red wax. Of course, you can't see the color of the wax because it's nighttime.
All right.
You
then I'm
imagine
just gonna
they
pop
are
back.
distilling something.
I'm gonna pop back out.
Okay.
And that's my. Let's see.
right.
15, 20, 25, 30. I think 30 is here. Yeah.
All right, Kaylin and Farron.
We backing out?
Yeah, I think we catch up with those guards, see where they're going. If they're doing a patrol, doing the rounds, they'll head past Kyra if she's still at the door.
That's a good point.
Follow me.
I will. I'm putting my hand on your shoulder so I know where you are.
Okay. I go to there. That's double move, yes.
Perfect. All right. So let me. You guys can see, or sorry, Farron rather can see up to about there. You sort of hear them, but you can't quite see them. All these references I'll have to try to check later.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just watched Coming to America. It was great.
It's an
Classic.
awesome movie. So, Kyra, back to you. So I guess this is going to be round 9.
If you write anything on your computer,
Alrighty.
you need to get Grammarly.
I write pretty much
I'm
all
just gonna go
day,
across
every
real
day,
quick to see if I can get in
Grammarly makes
there.
my writing better.
As a student, I like that it's free.
15.
It actually is.
Can I pop under that door? If not, I'm taking the stairs.
Yeah, okay, so you can definitely go through that door, and that door brings you to another stairwell. I'm just going to get rid of that so it makes it easier. And I had there's a little bit of a description for this one. The stone stairs descend 10 feet to a landing, turn, and continue to descend beyond your sight. Several large buckets are stacked unevenly on the landing. To the north, a staircase descends 10 feet to a door. That's the door over here.
I'm gonna.
Over here. That's that door. So,
All right. So
those are two different steps.
15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay, so
I'm
you're
gonna go down the steps.
on the landing there?
Yep.
Okay.
Going down the steps.
Okay. Okay. So then I guess we're going to Farron and Kaylin.
I'm keeping my hand on his butt. I mean, his shoulder.
Male, female.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? That song?
I'm trisexual. I'll try anything once.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you've kind of
Should be catching up with the
yeah.
Durga now.
Do we want to jump them, Farron?
There's 4 of them.
There is
Yeah,
a
but there's one of me, and that's like worth 10 of them.
Yeah.
uh
I mean, one good fireball, but I think that would alert everybody.
I mean, I got my stinking cloud.
True. But as soon as you cast it, you'll be visible.
That's true.
I'm gonna reveal some wall here. That wall, there is no roof above it. Let me give you some more little bit of descriptory here. Okay, so a small door, perhaps a servant's entrance, is on the northwest side of the monastery. That's the one you checked. That goes into the kitchen. On the northeast side, a low wall encloses... Well, I'm not going to say what encloses. There's a low wall. Let's see. There's a low wall. As soon as you get around the corner, you're going to see that there is a gate to this wall. That's all I'm giving you for now. So you kind of have caught up to them again. They're just like, they just are kind of lost in their conversation, and you both kind of get the sense that they do this every night and they don't expect to see anything. It's almost like they're out for a stroll more than being quote unquote on guard, if that makes sense. They're more, it's more like a stroll than a patrol.
Okay. They just finished their weekly poker game and now walking it off.
That's kind of how, that's the feeling you get, but probably not. They probably are on patrol, but they're, again, it's like they almost, you think they probably do this so often and don't, it's like nobody knows where this place is anyway, so they don't expect anyone to come in.
Well, Farron, we're going to do, because if we're going to warn Kyra, they're going to, I mean, we keep following at this rate. I mean, we're going to have to book all the way back around or jump them, kill them now as quietly as we can before they bump into Kyra. Then again, she's invisible, so.
Okay. Did you say
Kyra
that
can
out
take
loud?
care of herself.
Well, I whisper that into his ear very lovingly.
Like,
Nice.
tickle.
Yeah, exactly.
You actually kiss his ear by mistake
belongs.
because you get too close. You just got too close. And
That ear belongs to Kyra.
I mean, Farron, I'll do whatever you want. And I'm whispering all this. Farron, I'll do whatever you want. But we gotta make a decision quickly or we're coming right up on these guys.
Well, I'm pretty sure I could sneak past them, but
I'm pretty sure I can too.
Okay.
I'm fine with that. If that's how you want to go.
Hold your
They're not
thought.
moving very fast.
Hold your thought. Hold your thought. That's about as much conversation you get in a couple seconds. So go ahead,
Okay, you
Kyra.
got it.
Kyra, we're at around, what did I say, 9? This is 9, 10.
This would be 9. I'm marking them off as we
That
go.
was 9. The last one was, I had the last one marked
8.
as 9. Am I double counting?
All right. Well,
So, okay, 1,
I believe so, but that's
2,
okay.
3.
All right. So
Let's
then
just call
10.
it 10. It makes it easier for me. We're losing little seconds here or there, maybe. Again, this is kind of loose. We're not going to...
I'm guessing I have to go around this way, so I'll do this.
So yeah, now it's gonna get tricky.
You can pull me on a different tab.
I don't have it. I didn't expect at all that you get, because you said you were just gonna scout around, so I did not. So here's what I could do. If you guys want to take like it's 10 o'clock. If you want to take like a 2 to 5 minute break, I can throw it up super quick. I just and this is probably a perfect time to do that.
Yeah.
And we could play for another like hour and a half or so, and just give me a minute.
Sure.
It won't take long. I just gotta throw it on there. All right.
Cool.
All right.
I will pop
Alrighty.
over and do that. Let me pause our recording and stream, or at least, pause the recording anyway, so we're not.